Hello, 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 everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are back again reading chapter 2 and 3 in our Archangelology book. And of course, we're focusing on Zadkiel. And this book was, of course, written by Angela Grace. So chapter 2, we're going to talk about how to call on the violet flame to focus your energy on for manifestation. I can't speak. Okay. Honestly, I did this video, I just did this, and I went to pause it to show you guys something. And when I went to unpause it, I stopped the video. So this is my second go round. That's okay. Everything happens for a reason. That's all right. Okay. Archangel Zadkiel is a great power to call upon when you're frustrated, angry, sad, or feeling negatively. His team can help you find the positives in the situation and feel better emotionally. However, there are a few important points that you need to understand before you call upon the violet flame. The first factor you need to comprehend is that you must call on an archangel to help you with a certain situation in your life. Even though they can feel and sense what you need help with, it's still necessary to be clear with your intention. Tell them directly what you want and don't hesitate or feel that you're asking them too much. They're here to help you, and they want to do whatever they can to ensure you live a happy life and fulfill your mission. However, keep in mind that you don't always have to call on your angels. They can help you in any situation, whether you ask for their help or not. In fact, you always have angels around you called guardian angels that are constantly supporting you in all parts of your life. I will stop there and say, if you do want that extra support and extra assistance, I would always recommend asking them, because there is a point where that help sort of stops because of free will. So they will always help you and always support you, but there is that line. And if you want them to cross that line, and if you want assistance in a certain area of life or in all areas of your life, you need to let them know that. Be specific with them. When you're setting your intention, you need to think carefully. You don't want to have any negative thoughts in your mind or emotions that can lead to the harm of others. Think about the outcome that you want from this connection and how you can achieve it. You should use your energy to bring out the highest good within yourself, which is the part of your best self, Always remember when you're communicating with your angels that the violet flame that you're aiming to become closer to your highest self. Another factor to consider is how you're thinking at that moment. Your thought energy is one of the most important pieces of your life that you have the ability to control. If you're struggling to focus on the positive, you should use strategies like meditation to help change your thought pattern. You can also change your negative thoughts into positive ones during the process. For example, if you're feeling the warmth of Archangel Zadkiel's light coming towards you during meditation, as you're asking for support and energy to make an adjustment in your life, and you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this, switch your thought to, I can do it and will do it with the energy from the angels surrounding me. Before you start preparing yourself to call on them, you need to remember the word patience. If you're starting to open your third eye, or this is the first time you've reached out to the violet flame, your connection might be a little staticky, and that is okay. Instead of worrying, creating anxiety, or fixating on negative thoughts, think about ways you can open the door to the spiritual world. Ask yourself if you really believe in what you're doing. Keep trying and look at balancing your chakras. And of course, there are so many resources online to help learn different methods and ways, very, very easy to more detailed, to unblocking your chakras and aligning with them. Because our chakras, even though you can't physically see them, they are energy centers. And when they are unaligned or blocked, they really can affect our mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. And it will make all the difference in the world for you if you learn a little bit about them and just do some things throughout the day to help keep them happy and open. And it can be very simple, easy things, or you can make them a ritual, whatever you want to do. You need to prepare yourself, and there are many steps to this process. However, you want to follow the procedure that works for you. For example, you might find that starting with a prayer and then going into a meditative state helps your mind remain calm so you can feel the energies of the higher powers around you. Other people might feel that a prayer isn't necessary and turn to breathing exercises or affirmations before they begin. Never believe that you're doing something wrong in the process because there's no clear-cut way to communicate with the angels. As long as you're not blocked, you're open to hearing and feeling the higher powers, and following your authentic method, you'll feel a strong connection. Find a quiet and comfortable location. By now, your intention should be clear, so it's time to find a place to communicate. I understand this can be hard if you have young children, but it's critical. You might find that it's easier to connect with Archangel Zadkiel when everyone is asleep or they've all gone to school or work. Remember, your higher powers don't have office hours, so you can connect with them at any time. You can also look at setting up a specific area by having a diffuser going, lighting candles, or playing relaxing music on low in the background. The key is to not let any noise distract you. Ground yourself. So we're going to go over a few visualizations and techniques that you can do to ground. Or you can go outside and stand in the grass, lean up against a tree, stand in the soil with bare foot or bare feet, and take some deep breaths, and also visualize what I'll tell you. Once you're ready to open the connection, you need to ground yourself. You can do this by visualizing roots coming out of your feet and into the ground, or out of the ground and into your feet. The key is to ensure that these roots reach the earth's core and that you feel it. It might come to you in a sense of oneness, calmness, or you simply might think that you're connected to the earth and now can reach out to your angels. You may also say mantras or prayers during this process or in place of imagining the roots. If you want to focus on visualization, you need to put yourself in a peaceful and relaxed state, similar to meditation, and close your eyes. You will start by taking a few deep breaths and letting your muscles relax. You'll imagine roots, similar to roots of a tree, coming out of the soles of your feet. They're full of bright colors from your soul and aura. You might see them as yellow, orange, purple, blue, green, or a variety of colors. These roots continue to grow from you, out your window, down the exterior walls of your home, and into the grass. They gradually work their way into the soil, creating a sense of warmth and building the connection to the universe. You see the soil spinning as the roots dig further into the earth. The light becomes brighter as the connection grows deeper. It goes past the clay and water as it works its way to the center. When you take a breath in, the energy from the earth goes through the roots and into your body and soul. Let your lungs expand with each breath to bring in as much energy as you can. When you breathe out, the energy moves around your body, letting the energy soak into your bloodstream, bones, and cells. Once you're ready, you can open your eyes and continue with your connection process. Affirmation. If you choose to go the affirmation route or even a combination of the two grounding methods, you will still want to put yourself into a relaxed state, but not a complete meditative state. You will start by closing your eyes and taking 3 deep breaths. Let your lungs expand as far as they can while breathing in slowly. Hold your breath for a couple of seconds before you gradually let the air out. Once you reach a state of relaxation, repeat a phrase that you feel will help ground you. For example, Mother Earth and my roots are connected. We are now one. Or, my roots are flowing deep into the ground and to the center of the earth. Mother Earth and I are connected. That's all one. When you feel like you're ready to move on to the next step, you can open your eyes. Recite a prayer of protection to Archangel Michael. When you begin opening the door to the spirit world, even if it's to connect with the higher powers, you allow any entities to enter your doorway. You can become comfortable and connect with the best intentions in your mind, but find that your heart isn't following the same path. Instead, you notice there are bits of anger or frustration in you, which invites negative entities. Therefore, you always want to take time to say a prayer of protection to Archangel Michael before you start communicating with Archangel Zadkiel or any other angel. All you need to do is say, Archangel Michael, my protector, I call upon your energy and love to help shield me from negativity during my communication with the angels. I thank you for your assistance. If you're in the middle of a connection and ever feel that there is a negative presence near you or knocking on your spiritual door, you can call Michael to assist you in any way, even by saying, Archangel Michael, help me. Visualize the violet flame. Once you found your way to connect to Mother Earth and requested protection from Archangel Michael, when you find yourself relaxed and ready to officially connect with Archangel Zadkiel, you need to find a transition to help you focus on the violet flame. For instance, you could simply imagine the flame burning in your mind's eye. You might start by seeing an angel light a violet candle and watch as the flame turns from blue to violet. You could also picture an image you find of it on Google. No matter what you do, make sure that it speaks to you, as this is how you form a strong bond. All right, so chapter 3, exercises, mantras, and affirmations to transform your negative energy. There are many exercises. Hold on really quick. There are many exercises you can do to invoke the violet flame. Sorry, I had to pause that. My phone was acting funny. You can also use mantras and affirmations. As a beginner, you'll find your system and you'll stick with it for a while. However, it's important that you open yourself up to other ways to transform your negative energy once you become more comfortable with calling on Archangel Zadkiel. The way you say these mantras or affirmations has a lot to do with how strongly you will come to believe in the flame and its powers. The spoken word has a lot of strength, so it's best to say your mantras and affirmations out loud. Another reason it's important to speak the words is because then they connect to your throat chakra. So yes, when you're saying the violet flame, unless you absolutely can't say it out loud, if you're feeling a kind of way and you feel the need to say it and you can't do that, so you say it mentally, that's okay. But decreeing it out loud is absolutely the way you want to go, because you're using your vibration, your frequency, and the power of your voice, your word, which has strength, as the author stated, and power behind it. If you want the violet fire to become more powerful, you should repeat the words for several minutes. The average is about 5 to 7 minutes, but other people are known to go as long as 15 minutes. And you want to say them in threes. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. You want to say them in groups of 3. There is a magic number. It's mentioned in so many books I've read on the violet flame, people that have been decreeing it and passionate about it for many, many years and have written books about this very subject. And I will share a few of those with you. Always say to decree in threes. Same thing when you're saying your protection prayer, you say it 3 times. Another way to bring more significance to what you're stating is to increase your volume. Start by talking in your inside voice. You remember the one the librarian always asked you to use. And then end by yelling it as loud as you can. This is what the author is saying. This is the first time I've ever heard somebody say to yell the violet flame. I would say just using maybe a louder inside voice is fine, but you don't need to be screaming it. Just say it with gusto, say it with conviction, and use a good, strong voice. That's how I would describe it. I apologize. I'm not trying to go against, but this is the first time I'm reading a few things that this author is recommending. I do know that she is very practiced in many things, but following other practitioners who have been working with this particular violet flame for many, many years, I say there is a little bit of a difference. And if you want to yell it and you have the voice to yell it every day and you feel you need to do that, totally fine if that works for you. The light of spiritual protection. One of the first methods I tell many beginners to use is a simple 2-step process of protection. The first step is to envision a white light surrounding you. This is your bubble of protection from Archangel Michael and your guardian angels. It will protect you from negativity that's hovering around your environment, your thoughts, or any type of energies of malice that are trying to reach you. Some people refer to it as armor of the Lord, while other people explain that it's the energy from Archangel Michael's sword. The protective light will also help your energy. When you have so much going on around you, whether it's people or spiritual energies, you can start to feel drained. Think about the last time you went to the mall to go shopping or to watch your child play in a sporting event. You probably felt tired or emotionally drained afterwards because you didn't protect yourself from people that can unknowingly take your energy. Another reason you want to visualize this light is because it can help your aura stay centered. You'll feel at peace and have patience for your learning and development. The light won't fit like a bodysuit as it surrounds your immediate environment as well. It's about 9 feet in diameter and starts above your head, encircles you, and then goes below your feet. I've heard 6 feet from a few other authors, and she's saying 9 feet. So if you want to play it safe, do 9 feet. You can bring about this light by requesting Archangel Michael's assistance by asking him to protect you with his light and energy. You can then imagine the light coming from heaven, growing bigger and bigger as it inches closer to you. Once it reaches above your head, it expands to create a large circle around you. Another way is by saying an I am decree. You want to create the presence of a bright tube of light and ask that you're calling forth the violet fire. For instance, you might repeat, I am loved. I am in the presence of a bright light which starts above my head and circles down below my feet. It's from the Ascended Master's flame. I call forth the higher powers of Archangel Michael and my guardian angels to help keep me protected. I am calling forth the violet flame that will blaze my desire. Together as one, I am with the violet flame. Another one you can use is called the tube of light, and I'll recite it for you. Beloved, I am, presence bright. Round me seal your tube of light from Ascended Master flame, called forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I am calling forth violet fire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I am one with the violet flame. And you want to say that 3 times. So you want to say your protection prayer, your I am protection prayer 3 times. And then when you decree, no less than 3 times. The second step is to seal your aura and heart with protective energy. This will help keep the energy force field of the violet flame within you. It'll ensure that you feel its fire as you end the exercise and continue with your day. If you didn't call on Archangel Michael in the first step, you will do so now by simply requesting his assistance or saying a prayer. For example, you can repeat, Archangel Michael, I call forth your blue sphere of protective energy. I ask that you surround my heart so the light can fill my chakras and aura. I am calling for your highest protection from the negativity that could steal my heart and bits of my soul. I ask for you to secure the original blueprint of my heart and soul. I always end with this one. And in full faith, I consciously accept this. Manifest, manifest, manifest. And in full faith, I consciously accept this. Manifest, manifest, manifest. And in full faith, I consciously accept this. Manifest, manifest, manifest. Right here and now, with full power, eternally sustained, all powerfully active, ever expanding, and world enfolding until all are wholly ascended in the light and free. Beloved I am, beloved I am, beloved I am. So the first part, you heard that I say it 3 times, and then I continue with sort of my closing prayer. And then I always do add in thanking Archangel Michael and my angels for protecting me during that time. You can also call on Michael through a decree. Archangel Michael before me, Archangel Michael behind me. You are to my left, you are to my right. Archangel Michael, you are above me and below me. Archangel Michael, you are wherever I go. I bask in your protection. I am loved. I feel your loving protection surrounding me. Your protection is here. It is here. Violet fire decree. When you are calling out the violet flame, you want to believe you are the fire. You want to see yourself as this powerful force that can bring forth peace and harmony into your life. You want to believe that you can repair damage from your past, even your past lives. Therefore, you want to pump yourself up when starting the process. It's similar to all the football games you went to in high school and college, where the cheerleaders would come out first and give a cheer. Then the music would come on the speaker as the players ran out on the field one by one. They did this to get the audience and themselves excited for the game. You want to put yourself in a similar mindset. One way to do this is to say a decree that makes you believe that you are the violet fire. You can create your own or state the following words. I am a being of the violet flame. The fire flows through me. The brightness becomes one with my soul. You should repeat it several times and gradually increase the speed. You can also just repeat the first line, I am a being of the violet flame, if you feel more comfortable keeping it short during your first few experiences. I think what I started with was something like that. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. That's the one that I started out with, and then I learned a few more as time went on. But yes, I am a being of the violet flame. You could do that one, or add on, the fire flows through me, the brightness becomes one with my soul. Visualization, very important when decreeing the violet flame. The violet flame works best when you see it in your mind's eye. If you're struggling to call on the fire, you will want to work on imagining it. If you need inspiration, start by looking at pictures of purple lights, flames, or even search what other people believe the flame looks like. Then take a moment to find your quiet and comfortable location so you can focus on developing your own flame. You might imagine lighting a candle to help you get into a more peaceful mood. Perhaps you start by noticing a dim violet dot and then visualizing it becoming larger. It's important to reach into your creativity and intuition. What do you think the violet flame looks like? Can you draw it? Even if you're not an artist, you can still sketch it out. Even if it's a straight candlestick with a tiny oval flame, it's a step toward finding your creative outlet. Your daily exercise. You should aim to call out the violet flame at least once a day. You can try to do it around the same time each day to give you a bit of a routine, but any time will work. You can even challenge yourself to help launch into a habit by stating that you will practice every day for 30 days. This is helpful because it usually takes about 21 days to form a habit. You don't need to spend a lot of time focusing on energy. For instance, one of the exercises is thinking or saying out loud, I offer my gratitude and love to the violet flame. I give my love to Archangel Zadkiel as he sends me the violet flame. You can repeat this for a few seconds or as long as you feel the need to. So that sounds like a very easy beginner but like something you would do before you start deciding to decree. Start doing that, every day, several times a day, or just once a day until you build up with what you're comfortable with. It really is a process. And then you finally will have a few that you can use and be really comfortable with them. I used to walk around, I'll show you. I used to walk around with this book and I had them marked, the ones that I would like, and I would read them. I would go through and hold the book and just read it. Oops, I think I have a prayer in there. It's one of my favorites. But that's okay. Once you have it memorized, that's fine. But if you have to read it or pull it up off your phone, who cares? All right. You can also set a time frame for your daily exercises. For example, you can repeat, I am a being of the violet flame for 5 minutes. You can also decide to say it a certain number of times in a day. You might do this in specific settings or randomly speckled throughout, depending on what works for your schedule. For instance, if you're cooking dinner at the stove, you can repeat the mantra while you're stirring something. You can also do it when you're washing your hands or every time you see a white vehicle driving on the road to work. Other mantras or affirmations. Here are a few other mantras or affirmations that you can include in your daily practice or when you're trying to bring forth the violet flame. And these are in just little bullet points. Let the violet light shine within my soul. I am that I am. Let the violet flame expand and blaze inside of me. Mother Earth is a plant of the violet flame. I am a being of the violet fire. I stand for peace. I stand for love. I stand for life. And with the violet flame, I end all strife. I breathe the violet fire into each cell. Every breath I take, the flame rises inside of me. Violet flame of freedom, you bring the beauty of spiritual truth. Let the violet flame pass through me. Let it bring light to every atom, cell, and all the electrons within my body. Today, I bring God's freedom into my heart as I begin to love and forgive. O violet flame, bring your light to help set me free. All right. So we'll stop right there, and I will show you the few books that I've used myself for violet flame decrees. This one is my favorite. It's just a little pocket book, and it's just full. It's got a little bit of information in here about the violet flame itself, and then we go into pretty much a violet flame decree for everything and how to decree it. It breaks it down. Some of my favorites are in here. In fact, I think, let's see which one I have in here. Look at, I've used this one. This is the one that I used to use a lot, so I have it written down, and it's a little bit, it's loved. Yeah, so I basically wrote down, so you're going to start out by asking your ascended masters, angels, and elementals to assist you. You're going to do your protection prayer or tube of light 3 times, visualizing a white light from the I Am presence all around you. Then you're going to ask Archangel Michael to help you 3 times. Then you're going to read. There's something that I always say at the beginning. This came a little bit later in my journey of decreeing, so I don't want to give you guys too much and be really confusing. This is, I mean, she sort of said something like this in the book, but yeah, this is a little bit more if you want it to be extra. And if you want to hear it, I'll read it to you. Just let me know in a comment. And then you start decreeing slowly and then speed up gradually. And then it says, yeah, and then it just, I think there's some directions back here for if you're doing it for a specific person, problem, or place. That's added into sort of your entry, sort of what you say after you say the tube of light. And if you want to know more about the actual violet flame, I did read this book, and it is on a playlist on my channel. This talks a lot about Saint Germain, the Ascended Master, who brought us the violet flame. It talks about the violet flame itself and Saint Germain as the Ascended Master and the lives that he lived prior to being Saint Germain. So if you're interested in learning more, this is a really, really great book to start with. And then the other one that I have was actually given to me by a wonderful YouTube creator. She does a lot of violet flame videos, and she also has a shop on Etsy where she does intuitively guided paintings using the violet flame. And I actually have one behind me. If you can see that one right there, it's the earth. And you can see there's just purple and all shades. If you get really close to it, it's all shades of purple, sort of going towards Mother Earth. That she made for me. And when she sent that to me, she sent me this book. Her name is Denise Kane. She has such a lovely energy about her. And I learned a lot about decreeing from her when I first started using the violet flame. So this is really great. You can actually find this on Amazon, as you can with all of these. And I have a few more violet flame books too as well that I may share with you maybe in the next video. But for now, we'll stop here because it's going on almost 30 minutes. And we'll pick up and we'll read chapters 4, and 5 in our Archangel Zadkiel book by Angela Grace. So thank you so very much for joining me. I love you all very much. I love reading these to you. And until I see you again, please take care of yourself. Please take care of those around you. I will see you all soon. Take care until next time, okay? Bye-bye.